Are you ready for a Tu-B'Shvat Doodle adventure? Before we begin, let's meet the Doodle Master.
Hi there, everybody. My name is Gio Benedetti. I'm an artist and a Doodle Master. And I'm going to be taking you through today our family doodle art diary.
You'll need a pencil, an eraser, a black marker, and your doodle diaries. Let's begin. Hi, and this book is all about my family. We live on Street in a city called... Want to join me on this doodle adventure? But first, let me tell you about where my clan comes from. My family is like a tree. The roots of the tree are my parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and great-great-grandparents, and great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents, of course. Our ancestors help keep our family strong, just like the roots of a tree keep it standing tall and strong. As a Jewish family, we also have strong roots. We come from great Jewish ancestors, going all the way back to Abraham and Sarah, the first Jews. They give us the power to be great like them.
Okay, we are going to start with our family tree. We're going to plant our family tree right in here. And every tree is going to have, here, watch. Here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to make my branches, and my branches are going to be kind of like a big puffy cloud. Why I like using pencils is because I can do a lot of scribbly stuff, and then I can clean it up or erase it later if I need to. Here's the top of our tree. That's where all the leaves and stuff will be. Then we need a nice sturdy trunk to go right into the ground here. That's just going to be 2 straight lines. And then for our branches, let's keep it simple. We'll just make, here's one big branch coming off this way. We'll have another big branch coming off this way. It doesn't matter what direction they go, really. Trees go also, oh, watch this. If I draw a little V right here, oh, look, this one just turned into 2 different branches. Let's do the same thing over here. I'll do another V here. Now we've got a tree, lovely tree branches, nice bushy leaves, and a sturdy trunk. And now we get to the roots. I'm going to draw 4 big roots. It's going to look kind of like a spider. So I'm going to come down to a point and then curl it back up. Now watch this. I'm not going to just go right from this point. I'm going to start up in the tree a little bit further and come down, do another one. I'm going to do that same thing one more time here. Curve it down, and then over here. If I'm going too fast, this is a video, pause me until you've caught up. And I'm gonna go pretty quick just so that we can make these happen nice and fast. There's my roots. Here's a fun thing to do with roots, watch this. Little rootsy squiggles. Come down, branch it off. You can have it kind of coming out from the side too. Wherever you think cool roots would be. Helps if you make little doodly sounds when you do it. Yes. To make our tree here, I like to put some little leaf shapes. I put them in the tree too. And then those little cloud shapes, those little curvy cloud shapes, I put them at the end of each of the branches to make it look like the branches are disappearing into the tree. And then I'll put some little leafy, cloudy bits up in the tree. Lovely. What a wonderful tree we have. Now let's make this an actual family tree. And if you go back to the very, very first ancestors, we're going to put deep in the roots, the sturdy roots that make everything grow. That's where we're going to put the first ancestors. We're going to put Sarah and Abraham down here. So if you've got room, we'll go right along the top of this root. I'm going to write Sarah over here. She's on this root. And then maybe I'll write Abraham over here on this root. And for that, feel free to turn your drawing. Abraham. on that root there. And maybe this root is my grandparents or your grandparents. For the other roots, you can, if you're feeling extra snazzy, put your grandparents on there. So let's say your last name was Smith. You could start way down at the end, because this is going to take a lot of letters, Smith, and then we'll put grandparents, your Smith grandparents. That's part of your root structure. And then they'll grow together to form the tree that'll branch off into you and siblings if you've got them, and all your close family up here. And then over here, the Cohen grandparents. And maybe for this one, I'll start Cohen at the top, and we'll work it down this way. Grandparents. It's a long word. If you run out of room, just start squiggling it around like a root, and then you can put a little root underneath it. See? When you have a pencil, you can do anything. If you don't like it, you can erase it. When you feel like you have something nice, take on that black marker and do the outline. I'm going to start with these little clouds right around my branches, and then I'll do the branches down to the trunk. And there's that first big root, second big root, third root, and my fourth root over here on the side. Let's come back up. I'm going to do the top of my tree. Look at this. If you do them like this, where each one just comes in a point, that's fine. But if you do some, see how that line started in the middle? It makes it look like the tree's got a little bit more going on. A little bit more three-dimensional tree there. So I'll make some like little bumpy, 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 and bumpy, and then maybe this one comes out like that. You need to tidy it up. That's what you brought your eraser for. Always important to erase lightly and hold the paper down. If you erase back and forth, it's easy to crumple your paper, right? So if you erase in one direction only, much better. And especially as you get down towards the end of a page, whoo, careful. There we go. Brush my eraser dust out of the way and ta-da! There you have it.
A young tree needs to be protected from weeds in order to grow strong. It also needs plenty of sunshine and water. We make sure to take special care of our family tree. We make sure to keep good friends nearby, people who are kind and make me want to do the right thing. We also water our family tree with lots of mitzvot and good deeds. That keeps it protected, connected, and strong.
Our next page to doodle on. There's our family tree. And here's a little sapling. Look at you growing up here. Going to be the next big old tree to carry on all that healthy stuff that those roots started. Now, how are we going to help out this tree? What do we need? Let's start with our pencils. So to help this tree out, we're going to need to make sure it has a nice hole to be planted in, and then we need to be able to clear all the weeds away. So we need a shovel. We're going to draw a shovel. Here's how we're going to draw a shovel. You're going to draw a curved line, kind of like the letter U, but it's kind of a pointy letter U. It's kind of in between a V and a U. All right? And then we're just gonna do a slightly curved line on top. Right in the middle of it, draw like a little carrot. It's kind of like a little carrot shape, a little pointed oval coming down. Now here's where the metal shovel connects to the handle. So it's just a little rectangle that comes up, and we'll put 2 dots on it. That's usually where you put the bolts that connect the handle to the actual metal shovel part. And now, this takes a steady hand. There's the handle of our shovel. And right now it looks like our shovel is hovering in midair, and that's kind of weird. Shovels don't do that. So we're gonna put it in some dirt. Here's how we're gonna do it. Because we still have our pencil, I'm just gonna go right over the top. These little cloud shapes come in handy, right? I used it for the tree also. But I'm just gonna put them right in front of the shovel. And everything on the shovel below my little curved lines is gonna get erased. And then maybe we'll put like some little grassy bits around it. There we go. If we ever see a weed, now we've got a shovel. We can go clear it up. If we need to put some extra healthy soil up on our sapling, we've got our shovel. We can do it. Ooh, what else do we need? We need water. You need to be able to water your little sapling. So to make a watering can, we're gonna start with a rectangle. Maybe, you know what? Let's curve the bottom of it just a little bit, okay? That's good. Now we need a little spout. 2 straight lines sticking out of the side. And then we'll put a little, just like kind of a little circle-ish bit there. And now watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come out to the side, coming out real wide, and then I'm gonna curl it down. And we're gonna put some dots in there. There's our watering can. But you need a handle for your watering can. So let's put 2 lines up here to hold a handle up here. And then watering can handles come all the way over to the other side. So you can tip them nice and easily. And now I gotta do a curved line connecting here to here. Doing curved lines really is helpful if you have sound effects. I'm gonna come down a little bit. There we go. And watch, I'll come forward a little bit and do one of those. And now I need to connect this to this. How'd you do on that? It's pencil. You just erase it if it got all wonky on you. And then maybe we'll put a design on our watering can. Maybe you could put like a sunshine on there. I'm gonna put some water drops. So just in case the gardener forgets what this is, these are water drops. And maybe like, ta-da, it's the watering can. All right, ooh, let's have this sitting on some dirt too, so it doesn't just look like it's hovering in space. So there's my dirt, and then, you know, if the water leaks down, it would, probably don't even want it there, but it's gonna be growing a bunch of grass over there. Maybe put a little grass there too. Okay, pencils are done. Let's get our marker out. Coming right over here. Gonna do my shovel. There's the little connecting piece. Bing, bing. Some little bolts. Watch out here. Watch out. You know what would be better? Let's start with our little dirt mounds. Okay, now this is the dirt, so my shovel stops when it gets to the dirt. I'll put my little grassy bits in there. Maybe some little dots to show that's like, maybe there's some little dirty bits. And, ooh, let's do the same on my watering can. We'll start with the little ground, and there's my grass. Have fun with it. Shovel, watering can. Done.
Welcome to my home. Inside there are many beautiful things. The ones that connect to our family history are the most treasured. Look at the tzedakah box we use to give charity to the poor, the Shabbat candlesticks we light on Friday night, and the mezuzah hanging on our door. When I use these ancient items in my daily life, I am doing the exact same mitzvot that were done by my ancestors thousands of years ago. I am connecting to my roots, and I'm making sure my family tree continues to grow.
We've wandered up from the garden and now you're in your house. So let's talk about what are some things in your house that keep us connected to family history and bring light into the home. Well, we got some nice stuff around here, but let's add some special items. Let's add on the dinner table, we're gonna add 3 candlesticks. Okay, here's how we're gonna do our candlesticks. We're gonna have 3 candles on candlesticks. They'll have candles. Big oval, little oval, big oval. Okay? Little circle, smaller circle. These 2 we're gonna try and make look the same. This is gonna be a smaller version. All right, now here's the actual candlestick part. We're gonna go straight up. Hey, you. Not supposed to be that tall. Crazy candlestick. Good thing we were using pencils and erasers. And now when we get to the top, we're gonna go a little U. Now watch this. We're gonna go round. It's an oval. It's just an oval up on top. There's our candlesticks. Now we gotta put candles on them. That's just another rectangle, but we're gonna put little like there's waxy candles that have burned a little bit here. That's just little jagged edges at the top. See how I did that? And then we got to put our little flames. Yeah. And then for our flames, just to make them look like they're glowing, we can put, I don't usually do a full circle. I usually do a broken circle, meaning some of the lines are there, and then some of the lines, I kind of follow the shape of a circle. And now we're going to do some shining light coming around. Shining light. Oh. Perfect. And then up here, look at this little space we've got on the windowsill. Let's add something up there. We'll add a charity box right up here on the windowsill. And to make our charity box, we'll start with a rectangle. I'm going to do it. It's going to be a little curved on the bottom, okay? We'll come up pretty tall. It's a nice tall one. And then I'll curve it like this. This curve at the top is important. It'll make it look a little bit 3-dimensional instead of just like a flat brick up on your windowsill. You can decorate it however you want it. You could put like a little label on there. Maybe there's like some other little things on there that you like. Maybe it's got up at the top where you're gonna put the money in, maybe it has a nice little border going on. And then let's put a spot right up there if you can. Little spot to put the money in right at the top. You can add other stuff. You could put a cat on your windowsill. You could put things from around your house. But if you're done with the windowsill, you can connect it right there. Okay. Get our marker out. We'll marker over this. These candles, watch how I do the candles. I'm going to start with the top candlestick. Okay. And that top oval, watch, I am not gonna go through my candlestick. It's gonna stop on each side. There's that little U we made. Here's my lines down in the actual candlestick part. Now I'll make that little circle. And then at the very bottom, there's the base. And I'll do the same thing with this shorter middle candle. Want, you can put a little tree out the window. Have fun with it. Put some stuff in there. Put a picture on the wall. Put a little electrical outlet down here. Whatever you have in your house. Feel free to add more stuff if you like.
finally, let me introduce you to my family. Meet. These people mean the world to me, and I love each and every one of them so much. They care for me, help me, and are always there when I need them. Thank you, Hashem, for giving me such a wonderful family.
Welcome to your next doodle. This is the family portrait. Look at our lovely frame here. We're gonna put our family in here. Well, you're gonna put your family in here. And I don't know what your family looks like, so I'm going to put kind of a basic family in here. I'm gonna put a father on this side. I'm gonna put a mother over here, and I'm gonna put 2 kids here, maybe a son and a daughter. When you're doing yours, please put your family in your family portrait. If you have less or more family members, make the circles for them. For this example, I'm going to show you how I draw I'm just gonna show you on this one over here, the father, and then I'm gonna go real quick through the other 3 to show you some options. So let's get going. I like to divide my faces into these 4 pieces. So I do 1 line down the middle vertically, 1 line across the middle horizontal, and then this is where my eyes are gonna go. I'm gonna erase those pencil lines later, so don't worry about them being on your drawing. That's where the eyes go. This middle line is where the nose goes. So look at your family and study their faces and figure out, does your dad have a big blobby nose? Or does he have a sharp pointy nose? Something in between? I don't know. Let's do a pointy nose dad here. Maybe your dad has a pointy nose. Maybe he doesn't. You can change the shape, and I'll show you some other shapes on these other ones. Eyebrows. The eyebrows do a lot for the expression, so make sure you don't do big angry eyebrows, or it'll look like your dad's really mad for the family portrait. And if your dad has bushier eyebrows, this is how we make them bushier. Down here, below the nose, let's put a mouth. Dad is smiling. Maybe dad doesn't like to show his teeth when he smiles, but he's got a nice big grin, and that just shows that he's grinning so much he's pushing his cheek up over here. This middle line also shows us where the ears will be. Okay, so I'll put ears on dad. If you want to put some little designs inside the ear, I usually it's like a little letter T almost, just to show you that there's those folds and nooks and crannies on the ear. I'm just gonna follow the shape of my circle down for the cheeks, and then maybe if your dad has give him a little chin down there. And this is the other side of the chin, to show you that it's got a little bump to it. Does your dad have a mustache? Just in case, if you want to give him a mustache, just put all that hair right under the nose. Before we do the hair, let's put a kippa on Dad's head. Do you notice how I made a curved line below the top of his head? Because the kippa has to sit on the head. So the curve for the top, there's the line as it comes over the hair. And now Dad's hair. Maybe Dad parts his hair off to the side. So some strands of hair that way, some strands of hair this way. Comes down here, maybe a little bit on this side of the ear. There's Dad. Nice. So I'm gonna come in here with my, hold up, maybe a little neck. We might not have time to do clothes, but there's Dad. Eyes, bushy eyebrows, pointy nose, mustache, and I'm gonna really quickly go over that with my pen. When we're cartooning, there's so many different options for how to do this. There's all kinds of different ways to do the eyes. If you have a different way you like to do eyes, go for it. But when you're doing it, check out your dad and your mom and your siblings. How can you make their hair? Can you make something that looks like their hair? If you want to put a design on the kippa, you can. Maybe I'll put just like a little, maybe that's where the seam is. There's those cheeks, there's the chin. There's that little thing inside the ear to show you all the folds. There's that big grin. Hey. Neck. Now I'm really quickly gonna go over and I'll make, look at that, dot eyes for mom. There's those happy eyebrows. Maybe mom has more of a rounded nose. And when she smiles, look at that big grin, and she has an open tooth smile. So let's give her some ears. There's the cheeks coming down, and then a little chin. And then maybe mom has some wavy hair. Maybe some of it goes on this side of the ear, some of it gets tucked behind the ear. Some more waves, maybe another strand or two on this side, and then maybe, you know what? Maybe mom wears glasses. I'll put a rectangle around each eye. There's the frame, and then of course, they have to hang on the ears. So there's Mom. Maybe we gotta fix the eyebrows there. And now here's Brother. Start with the kippa, and then maybe Brother's hair is just a mess. maybe Brother did not comb his hair. And I'll give Brother some dot eyes too. And then for the kid nose, I don't do the whole line down. I'll just do a little half circle. And maybe Brother's like, really big open mouth smile. There's an ear there, put an ear there, maybe more of that messy hair. And the neck. And then for sister over here, you know what, let's give her eyes kind of like Dad, and then eyebrows, and then a little nose, and then she's got a big smile as well. And then maybe she has bangs. Maybe sister has bangs. And maybe her hair curls off, does a little flip up on the sides. Okay? Give her a neck as well. Her hair is covering her ears. Now, if there are other things that you want to put on there, great. If your brother has a striped shirt, you know, if you have a favorite bow that you like to put in your hair, put in those details. If your mom is always wearing overalls, put her in overalls. Okay, and if you want, you can put Dad's arm over here, maybe some fingers resting on the shoulder there. And there you go, you've got your family portrait. I hope your family loves your family portrait. Hope you had fun drawing it.
Wait, the story of my family doesn't end there. This is just the beginning. My family is like a healthy tree that's still growing. It is my job to continue taking care of it. My roots are firmly planted in the ground, thanks to my incredible ancestors. I will follow in their footsteps and stay connected to my Jewish roots. I will water my tree by doing good deeds, learning Torah, and making the right choices. Here are some ways I am going to keep my tree growing. Mazel tov! Now you're a Doodle master!